Good evening. Will and I are here to present the final award of the evening. And while I am extremely partial to this particular award winner, because I nominated him, I think you will all agree that we have saved the best for last. The Self-Advocate of the Year, Connor Long, is a young man that some of you may have seen in a movie or two. He's a featured actor in the film Mention. You may have seen him in trailers for an upcoming short film, Learning to Drive. Connor is also a stage actor. But beyond all the glitz and glamour, and I'm sure really hard work that goes into being an actor, Connor has been an effective and tireless advocate for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in Colorado and around the country. He is well known throughout all the 14 chapters of the ARC in Colorado. We get to see Connor on our ABC affiliate almost every weekend as a sports broadcaster. Again, he's an actor, he's an athlete. He is one of the most outstanding people in the state of Colorado, and he's made his mark on all 100 of our legislators and our governor in the past several years.
Last year, Connor helped support legislation to implement the ABLE accounts in Colorado. This year, he has continued his legislative advocacy by testifying in Colorado's House and Senate, meeting individually with committee members and diligently communicating with stakeholders about the progress of legislation and the importance to individuals with IDD. Connor tirelessly advocated for Senate Bill 196, a piece of legislation which funds inclusive programs for students with IDD in Colorado's colleges and universities. Pulling from his personal experiences, Connor left a lasting impact on both the chambers and Colorado's legislature. Following his powerful testimony, as a result, thousands of students with IDD in Colorado will be able to fully participate in the college experience. Connor's advocacy was also key to the passage in Senate Bill 77, a bill that requires 5 state agencies to develop a concrete plan to make competitive, integrative employment the first option for Coloradans with disabilities. In time, hundreds of thousands of people with IDD will have access to supports needed for real work at real wages in Colorado. In the words of Stuart Scott, Connor is truly cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Some of us are lucky enough to have known Connor and to get to know him, and we know he's the man. I mean, he is so cool. He's funny, he's smart, he's very wise, and he's extremely talented. In addition to all of that, he speaks for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, not just in Colorado, but around the country. There is no finer spokesperson for himself than Connor. And without further ado, and all this stuff about nobody needs any introduction, because usually when someone says that, the person who needs to be introduced does need to be introduced, I want you to meet my dear friend, Connor Long, Self-Advocate of the Year.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I was doing my magic right there. Well, thank you, Mary Jo and Wilfred, for that very nice introduction. You are 2 great friends and examples of the awesome catalysts we have in Colorado's 13 chapters of the ARC. Let's give them a hand, shall we? Yeah. Ooh. Thank you all for this great honor. I am humbled to be in the company of this evening's other awardees, and even more to follow in the steps of last year's advocacy recipient, Adonis Reddick. While many of us here did not know Adonis, certainly he lives on tonight and every day in the hearts of those who did and those who will be touched by his service and his story. He lives in the mission of each of us who call ourselves advocates and service providers. He lives on in us as a joyful and a better angel. Adonis did his job, and we must continue to do ours as best we can, while we can, for our time to do so is simply unpredictable. While you are here to help honor me, you should know that I am here to honor you. The work you do, the commitment you bring, the love you sow to your community members. Thanks to your work, more and more people with developmental challenges are doing wonderfully ordinary things each and every day. Our future is brighter than ever as we work together to raise our standards of healthcare, our networks of social supports, our educational and workplace opportunities, and our rightful place in communities of our choosing. My path to a brighter future has not been, is not now, it will not in the future be easy. But I know that I am not alone as I continue to work hard to be the kind of person we all want to welcome into our schools, our businesses, our places of worship, and our neighborhoods all across the country and indeed around the world. I am here not as a singular winner of an award, but as a representative for many millions in the US and around the world. I appreciate this recognition of what my supportive family and friends and I do to advocate for others. We try to live in the spirit of John Wesley, who said, "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, and all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can." Now that is not always easy or achievable, but always important and worthy of our best efforts. I am here because someone believed in me, in my abilities, my potential, my humanity, and my right to not only exist, but flourish as me. Imagine how much better our entire world would be if every community was a community of believers. Imagine. If it is possible, and we must believe it to be as possible as it is necessary, then we should strive to be catalysts for not just change, but for belief in love. Yes, catalysts for love. Imagine that. Imagine if we were catalysts for a love that fosters sharing over scarcity and greed, hope instead of hindrance, justice instead of retribution, clear-eyed understanding instead of blind hate, war, abuse, neglect, and indifference. Imagine that we do more and do it better because we have love in our hearts, warmth in our embraces, compassion in our words, kindness in our eyes, and smiles on our faces. You are here because you are people with a great heart and commitment who, on a daily basis, give service to others in need of support, respect, kindness, compassion, fellowship, and community. You are great catalysts Because even without a cape, sword or shield, you wield a hero's heart, a believing human heart. So tonight, let's celebrate the human catalysts within us and around us, in this room and those still out in the community. And tomorrow, or maybe Monday, let's get up, go back out, and with humble hearts, be courageous and committed, believing, and loving in those small moments that add up to creating richer lives for our family, friends, neighbors, and clients. Let's imagine that. Let's believe in that. Then let's go do it. Thank you.